all right, you got to have kids, man. Like, if you don't have kids, who's going to look after you when you're older, all right? All those people in nursing homes, none of them had kids, all right? And there's, if you like, where you going to leave your money and stuff to? Who are you going to leave it to? Greenpeace or Sea Shepherd or something? You got to have kids, otherwise you're going to be lonely. Everyone likes hanging around their parents and their grandparents, all right? You know what I mean? You're going to be lonely. Who's going to look after you, all right? You're going to be in a nursing home. All the people in nursing homes didn't have kids. And it's never been a better time to have kids. Like, kids, they grow up with iPads and iPhones. In my day, we were so technologically devoid, we would go outside. Yeah, crazy, eh? Outside riding our bicycles and BMXs around, go explore all day, come home when the sun's set and have dinner. You know, we had McDonald's and Hungry Jack's on our birthday a few times a year, if that. We got a pair of shoes a year, maybe. You know, we lived very basic and poor and peasantry, and the kids back then were really fat and obese and out of shape because riding bikes and eating high carb, low fat makes you out of shape and obese. These days, kids get to eat Maccas every day after school. They're slimmer these days. They're on less medications. The kids are happier because their posture's really good as well. Like, you got the phone here. Where's the phone? We got a phone. And you got that tech neck. So you got that cervical compression. It's actually good for your neck to look like that all the time. Doesn't degenerate your discs. You don't have any teenagers these days with degenerated discs from tech neck. It doesn't even exist. All right. And kids live on the phone these days. Watching this on the phone. All right. So that's great because you can stay home and the world comes to you instead of getting out there in nature and stuff. You can just sit home and watch the nature docos. Pros and cons to that. You know? And then your dating apps and all that stuff that make it easy to find like-minded people. You know, you get treated real special on there, especially if you're a guy or a girl maybe. And there's none of this like bullying going on anymore. Especially internet. The internet has removed bullying. Back in my day, maybe there was a school bully and they'd pick on certain people, or sometimes it depends on the mood. And that was it. You're at school, you come home, all good. But now you're on the social media, people can bully you while you're in your bedroom. Actually, no, they can't, because they don't do that. They did it for a little bit, and then Facebook are like, hey guys, girls, can you stop bullying each other? And they're like, okay, no worries, Instagram, good idea, we'll be nice. So the bullying's taken care of now. So there's less bullying, there's more opportunities for kids these days, there's less drugs. Drugs are harder to get now than they were back in my day. You know, back in my day, you could just go on the internet and order them. Someone does a Snapchat will get them for you. These days, it's banned, right? It's really, really hard to get drugs. And in hip-hop music and mainstream stuff, they're not, glorifying drug usage like they did back in my day. Like these days, the rappers and the singers are like, be straight, be sober, straight edge motherfuckers, be vegan, eat high carb, ride your bike, fuck the cars. That's what they're singing these days. Drake, Travis Scott, just pure, you know, all of them, man. The rappers just singing the best stuff. What's that latest song? I'll hit you from the back so you don't get attached. Just things like that, you know, just real, you know, and the girls are chanting, yeah, hit me from the back so I don't get attached. Just, you know, kiss me like you miss me. Just stuff like that. It's really good. It's positive, all right? And then you got the filters now, all right? So you go on Snapchat or TikTok and you press this filter. And so your face looks nothing like you, really. It's AI'd. And that's good for self-esteem because it shows people what they could look like if they were born differently. It's great for self-esteem. So now the kids have got so much self-esteem. Look at them all on TikTok, showing their faces with apps and cup. It's fantastic. And then they look in the mirror and they see them real selves and like, yeah, I'm still good. It's no worries. So there's no self-esteem issues these days. There was a lot of self-esteem issues back in my day because I remember in 1994 when I had the iPhone 12. You know, you'd be, judging yourself, how you look and stuff. So it's great that we got rid of mobile phones and now kids do more real-time interactions and stuff like that. It's fantastic. You know, and like the cancel culture back in the 90s when I grew up. I was born in 77, you know, like if you didn't like someone, you could just call them a rapist and stuff on Facebook back in the 90s. These days, you can't do that. You can't just call someone a rapist and pedo because you don't like them. They did that in the 90s on Facebook back in the 90s, but today that never happens. All right, and if they want to bully some chick, they would AI her face onto the body of someone else and then send it around the group chats back in the 90s. They don't do that anymore. You know, that stuff would be just, no go. So that was the deal. And so there was so many role models today, like all these natural people on social media, the guys who inject a lot of steroids. Sorry, they look like they inject a lot of steroids. They're like Nick Bear and Greg Douche and all those, you know, all those crew. Matt does trend, the buff Jack Rose, Athrenex, you know, and they're all natural. They don't lie about their steroids to try and influence young men who are feeling, you know, vulnerable or whatever. They're just saying, like, buy my protocols, drink my protein shake, and you too can look like me if you're taking tren as well. They're not taking any steroids. There's no pressure for kids to take on the juice these days. None at all. There's no 15-year-old kids out there who go on the social media and they see an 18-year-old on tren, and they're not thinking, wow, I wish I should look like that because they're getting all the chicks and the bros and more men and more tren. No, no one's thinking that. No one's thinking that at all. All right, there's no compare to despair going on with kids these days. It's a great time to have kids. It's cheap to raise kids. The housing prices going down, rent's going down, cost of living's going down. Organic food, so cheap, so readily available. Like organic food everywhere. They're giving out. You go to a supermarket. They're like, hey, we care about your health. We've stopped selling cigarettes and alcohol. And we're gonna give your kids some free organic fruit and come on in and have a big feed up, mate. It's organic. Don't panic. That's happening in every supermarket all around the world. It's amazing. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Like it's just, and the podcasts out there like Joe Rogan, Huberman and Co. You know, great information. You know, cut out carbohydrates. Don't ride a bike. Drive a car instead. Drink lots of coffee. You'll feel great. If you feel like you're want to end it, go see your doctor and get some SSRI meds. And when your dong stops working, then you can buy my dick pills. It's just great information, isn't it? Fantastic info. So much hope for the new generation coming out there because there's so much proper guidance out there, isn't there? Guys like Isaac Butterfield, etc., trashing cyclists. And I agree, man. Cyclists, we need more cars on the road. Less bikes. Less bikes. Remember in China, they had all those cyclists riding around all town? You know, you have like a 1,000 cyclists literally on a road. Got rid of that. Now we have 10 cars on the road instead.